Hello, friends. Happy Wednesday. I hope you are having a wonderful week. We are having an excellent sales week. Probably the best I believe we've had all year. We are actually close to $6,000 for the week on eBay alone. Now, some of the other platforms have been a little bit quiet. However, on Black Friday and Small Business Saturday, things were rocking. So I have a ton of sales. I might go a little bit faster than normal, but I have so many that I want to show you. These are going to be bread and butter, so $20 to $50, ones that you should be able to find pretty easily. The majority of these did sell fast, and you're going to see I did put on a Black Friday to Cyber Monday sale on my entire store, which kind of makes me want to cringe a little bit because I normally don't do more than 10% off of newly listed items, but I did 15%. That is okay. And on a few, I gave a little bit more, not a bunch. So I will talk throughout the video of things that I've been doing that I feel are increasing our sales, which are absolutely phenomenal right now. I will tell you where I bought these items. I'll tell you how much I paid, how long they took to sell, which is a really important point, as well as my expected profit. So let's go ahead and take a look. I have started using this as kind of my go-to to open up the what sold videos because I like to show you the variation between all of these sales. If you're not cross-posting, I highly recommend it. I use List Perfectly, which is actually the screen that you're seeing now, but I encourage you to cross-post no matter what service, or if you're just manually doing it. I just don't have the time to do that. So if you look here, we have done $5,700 on eBay in the last 7 days, which is 81% of our sales. Poshmark is 490, so 7%. Etsy is 477. So Etsy and Poshmark are kind of hand in hand there. Mercari is 222, which is 3%. And we have started listing on Depop. So I mentioned I was going to try a new platform. That is it. And we are at 94.80, so 1%, but brand new platform, only have a couple hundred listings up on there. So for the week, we are $7,000. I am very happy with this. And when we get to eBay, I am going to show you our eBay alone and where we're at as far as whether we are up or down on that. But let's go ahead and take a look at Mercari, Etsy, and Poshmark sales right now. First up on Mercari, this is a multi-sack striped backpack purse, Southwest. I did put orange, brown canvas, faux leather trim, sold for full price of $29.99 in just a few months. This one was an thrift store pickup, and I paid $5 for this one. So the profit is going to be close to $20 on this, and it didn't take that long. So I do well with multi-sack as well as just the plain sack purses, which most of those are crochet. The multi-sack tend to be different fabrics. This one's a mini backpack. You can see it's 9x9. And we do show the hanging drop because people ask for that quite frequently. With purses, you want to make sure you show the interior as well. And this one was in pretty good condition. And again, it didn't take very long, just a few months and a great $20 profit. This ring was actually not even listed a week before it sold. This is a vintage sterling silver yin yang enamel women's floral. It's a small ring, and my small rings tend to move a little bit slower. This one's a 5.75. My 7s, 8s, and 9s tend to move the fastest. So I did accept a best offer of 10% off on this one of $22.49. I paid $5 for this one, so it is about a $14 to $15 profit. The thing with the sterling silver rings is I typically buy them in lots. So I'll have some like this that are lower price, but then I'll have some that are worth $75, $100 in there as well. So it kind of evens out and makes that profit good. Here you can see it on the ring sizer. It is just over that 5.5 mark. And I will pop up the ring sizers for you guys. If you are selling jewelry, these are just some lower cost essential tools that I think are important to have. And here you can see we do show it from the top as well. We kind of want to give all of the angles. We normally show the weight on this, but it looks like we did not on this one, unfortunately. Moving over to Etsy. First up, these sold in one day on Etsy. I'm glad I put them because most of the time I only put $50 and up on Etsy, but I thought these would do well on there, and I was right. So they sold in one day. It's a vintage honeycomb fold out, like party favors, decorations. And I am only a few dollars into these. They were actually in a lot with other items, but it looked like individually they only went for about 8 to 15 each. So I decided to lot them all up, put them for the $39.99, and they sold very, very fast. Watch for these though, because there are some of these fold out honeycomb fans and decorations that sell for hundreds of dollars. So be sure you comp them. I did comp all of these just in case one was, you know, like outlier that might be worth more. I think the face ones are worth 15 to 20, but either way, I'm happy moving it in a day and getting about a $32 to $33 profit. This raw tanzanite ring is a size 8. This one also sold in only 2 days. Very, very fast on Etsy for $49.99. This is another one off of an online auction lot. I am $5 into it. So it's about a $38 profit. Very, very fast. So if you do jewelry, I definitely recommend Etsy for higher dollar vintage jewelry. So that is the 2 qualifications for Etsy. Is it has to be either over 20 years old or handmade. So here you can see we did show this one at the 3.95 grams again. And I've said this on other videos, but if you sell jewelry, one of these little scales is essential to have that measures in grams versus a shipping scale that is measuring in ounces. So I'll pop that up top for you guys as well. And this one was an excellent, excellent fast sale. Moving over to Poshmark, and you might be wondering, why did I not keep this University of Florida Gators nutcracker? Well, I'm not much of a nutcracker person, to be honest with you, even though I am a big Gators person. This is just not something that really spoke out to me to keep. So this is a University of Florida limited edition nutcracker from the Memory Company. It sold for $28. Payout on this was $22. I paid $2. I bought like 50 nutcrackers for $100. So my profit is $20 on this, and it sold in about a month and a half. So not too long. I think I still have the FSU nutcracker available. If there are some Seminole fans out there, I won't hold it against you. So watch for nutcrackers, period. You're going to see, I think there are 1 or 2 more in this video. I have done very well with them, even generic ones from Walmart, as long as you're able to keyword them well. But definitely look for stuff that's associated with sports teams, because you've got sports fans like myself that love to find stuff from their team. This is another fast sale. This one sold in under a week on Poshmark. It is a Brooks Brothers men's quarter zip pullover, sweater, or sweatshirt, size large, new, sold for $32. The payout was $25 on this one. I actually got this in an online auction lot with a bunch of sweatshirts. I'm only $5 in, so this is a $20 profit. Be careful on Poshmark if you have lower dollar items, because $15 items, I think the payout's only like $8, and it really kind of eats into your profits. So I tend to not put those lower cost items on Poshmark, but I'm trying not to list them at all anymore. But watch for Brooks Brothers. It is a great brand. This one was new with the tags. This Andrea by Sadik metal, it is a Remington, like they styled them after Remington. So it's a Bronco Buster figure marble. This one sold in under a month as well. Pretty fast. Sold for $32. Payout was $35. Or $25. I got this in a lot for $8. So this one's a $17 profit. If you find real Remingtons, they are worth hundreds of dollars. This one is not that. It is just styled after Remington. Here you can see the tag on the bottom. This one is from 1998. It was vintage. It was small, just shy of 5 inches, even with the base. And a good sale. And I do pick these up. I have found a couple of actual Remingtons, and again, the real Remingtons sell for a couple $100. time to move over to eBay. And even though today is slow, as you see, it's only 258.12. Look at the numbers for the week and the month. We are at 57.20 for the last 7 days, and we're only $20 shy of hitting $20,000 for the month, which is up 33% over last month. And our last 90 days, we are at 46,795. So close to 47,000. I really would like to hit the $50,000 mark before the end of the year. I am extremely proud of these numbers. And a lot of people think it's bragging. If you have not watched me, I want you to know that to get these numbers, it has taken me 5 years of almost every single day listing and sourcing and learning along the way to buy better items, get better profit to get to these. So don't compare yourself to me. Don't compare yourself to anyone. Just compare yourself to yourself. And you can see we are up 33%. So I'm going to show you, I think there are over 30. I could not narrow it down lower than that. Items that sold between 20 and 50 over the last week to make up part of that 57.20. I wanted to let you guys know about this great app that I found out about. It is called Clover, and it is a cash advance app that lets you get up to $400 really fast with no fees. That is absolutely my favorite part of it. And I know at this time of year, we are coming up on the holidays, and a lot of us are going to be short on cash, whether it is for gifts, it is for bills. You might come across a good buy. You know, I always find good buys. So Clover is really, really great because there are no credit checks. They have no late fees, and the advances are from $25 all the way up to $400. Really like that there is no interest on top of no fees. So it is good all the way around compared to a lot of other things that might have hidden fees or charges. They do not have that. It is very simple to use. So at this time of year, and of course all year round, unexpected things pop up. And I absolutely love the fact that you have access to up to $400. Now, not every user will qualify, and the advances range from $25 up to $400, with the average being $160. And if you want to get the money fast, there are some express transfer fees that might apply to that. So I really would like to thank Clover for sponsoring the video. I am going to pop a QR code up for you on the screen. So if you need a little extra cash, just remember Clover with no late fees, no interest, and you can get up to $400. Be sure to use the link that I am putting down in the description so they will know that I sent you. These vintage Santa Land hand-blown emerald green Christmas ornaments, 12-piece set, sold for $24.99. I got these in a big lot, only a couple of dollars in. So they're about a $17 to $18 profit. About a month and a half for these to sell. So make sure that you keep an eye out for vintage ornaments. $25 for plain ones like this, I would say, is about average. But if you find ones that have designs on them or indents, those are going to be your ones that will sell for more. But the plain ones, as you see, will still sell for around that $25 point. This forget-me-not charm sold in just 2 weeks, and it is tiny. It is only 1/2 of an inch, and it sold for $24.99. So I am really happy with this because I'm only a few dollars into it, and it's an $18 profit on a little tiny piece of jewelry. Now you can see it is signed with sterling there. Here it is with the tape measure. And here it is, not even a gram on this one, and it sold for $25. So with small sterling silver charms, look at what's on it. Like this has the forget-me-not, it has the flowers, and you want to be able to keyword it well if it is not branded. Next up is a Silpata sterling silver freshwater pearl. The name of this one was Rhiannon, and most times with Silpata you can find out the name of them with Google Lens. So this one was listed back in April. So it has been listed close to 8 months, and it's sold for a best offer of $35. I got this in a big Silpata lot. I paid about $7. So it's about a $21 to $22 profit. I will tell you with Silpata, ones that have more sterling on them are going to sell better. So this one you can see it really was just that sterling clasp and the pendant. The rest of this is just cord. So Silpata necklaces like that for me typically will sell slower. I had to put this one up here for you because I want to make sure I'm not losing my mind. This is a Norse Husflid Norway wool knitted button-down cardigan. I did put detailed sweater and vintage. I had this 1.5 years, and I think this is a fabulous piece. So let me know if you think I'm crazy and it's not great, or if there are better keywords I could have used. So sold on a 60% off sale for $33.80. I originally got this one for about $10. I did pay up, so it's only a $17 profit. I'm glad it got a new home. Somebody got a great deal. Here you can see the hand knitted in Norway. I just thought this was a fabulous piece, and I really thought it would sell faster. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this one down in the comments. This is the first one that you are seeing that is on the 15% off kind of Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday sale. It was just all of it. I ran it from Wednesday until Tuesday. So this is a Green Bay Packers unisex poncho, Mexican serape. I have sold quite a few of these, and I always do well with them. So this one sold for $29.74. It sold in under a month, very, very fast. It is still football season, so watch for your football gear for those fans. I said it earlier. And here you can see the measurements, and we do show it laid out. It had a few little bit of wear spots. So we do make sure to photograph all of that so that the buyer knows exactly what they are getting. Another off of the sale, and I think the rest of them will all be on the sale because that sale was running for those 6 days. So this is a vintage gold tone cameo brooch and earring set, Victorian style. I did put revival jewelry. This one was listed for a month and a half, sold for $33.99. I only paid $5 for this one. So this one is a $23 profit. And here you can see beautiful gold tone cameo. It is not signed, not branded. So for me, a $33 sale on a non-branded piece of costume jewelry, even though it's a set, is a great sale. And again, I'm going to say this over and over. If you have unbranded stuff, the most important thing you can do is find the correct keywords. I do have a keyword video. It is an older one, but I think it is still relevant. So I will pop that up top for you now. Next is a pair of Michael Kors earrings. These are also costume jewelry. They are new in the box, and they sold for $38.24. They were listed only 2 weeks. Very, very fast. I did pay $10 for these. So they're about a $22 profit. Very, very fast. And here you can see they did still have that tag. They are clearly marked Michael Kors. We do want to show that. And again, we do have that original box. So this one would make a great gift, and it sold very, very fast. These Adidas pants took a little bit longer. They took about 3 months. They are brand new golf pants with MSRP of $90. I picked these up at the thrift store. They were on the boutique rack, so I did pay $5. And I did that because I thought they would sell, and they did. They just took 3.5 months. So the profit on these is going to be about $26. And I did get several lower offers, but I did not accept them because they were new with the tag. So I'm a little more strict on the new with tag stuff. You can see again that MSRP of 90, but putting them on that 15% off sale got them sold and a great profit. If you are not lotting things up, please try it, especially if you want to raise your average sales price. Me, time is money. So if I can sell 3 scrubs at once versus having to do 3 separate listings, I would love that. So These sold in under a month, very, very fast. A lot of 3 Cherokee. I did put blue butterfly floral print, and one of them does have the side panel. And I got these in an online auction lot. I'm less than $1 into these. So these are an $18 profit, very, very fast. And here you can see the butterfly is Cherokee. And I did bundle them up with all the same brand. I try to do that if I can. I do think I have a few scrub lots up right now, though, that are mixed brands. I just don't want to list individually because typically scrubs are going to sell for about the $12 to $15 mark individually. But I tend to list them for about $10 each when I put them in lots. This Woolrich vest sold in under a week for $46.74. I picked this up at the thrift store for only $3. I was really excited to find this one. So this one's a $33 profit. It is a full zip. It is size large. If you don't know the name Woolrich, definitely keep an eye out. We do well with their blankets as well as their clothing. You can see it is made in China and still sold for that $46 mark in under a week. This little trinket box took a little bit longer. It was listed 3 months ago. I paid $10 for this in an online auction lot. It is a Viking bronze amulet trinket box with carnelian stone on the top. Sold for $38. Again, I paid $10 for this one. So it is going to be about a $17 profit. And I will tell you guys, and I get asked a lot if I promote, the answer to that is yes, I do. And at one point I had my promotions up to 15% when my sales were low to try and drive them higher. And what I've been doing is dropping my promoted percent by 1% each month, because if you do a drastic drop in your promoted listings, eBay will slap your hands and your listings will not be seen. So be very, very careful doing that. We are now down to 11%, and my goal is to get us down to 6%. But again, I'm doing that very, very slowly. Another one that sold fast. This one sold in a day. This is a Waterford Holiday Heirlooms Christmas Majestic Scroll Ball. It was new in the box. Sold for $29.74. I paid $5 for this one, and I got it in an online auction lot with a bunch of ornaments. So this one is going to be about, let's see, about a $20 profit. And Waterford, some of them go high, but these balls typically are around the $30 to $50 mark from what I saw. This one was new in the box. It had not ever been displayed and was a great sale very, very fast. This cute little puppy dog took about 5 months to sell. This is a vintage Harlequin Great Dane lying down ceramic figurine. It was marked Japan. Sold for $29.74. I'm only about $2 into this one. So this one was in a dog lot of figurines that I got. It's about a $22 profit. And I'm okay with 5 months. It's small. It doesn't take up a ton of space. You can see here it's under 3 inches tall, 4 inches long. Super cute puppy dog little figurine. And watch for puppy dog stuff, especially specific breeds, because those dog lovers are out there and they collect stuff. These napkins were a pleasant surprise, selling in only a week. They are Japanese garden floral cloth fabric napkins. It was a set of 5. I did put for Thanksgiving, but they sold after Thanksgiving. And it is still fall though. So they sold for $21.24. I picked these up for $2 at the thrift store, and they are going to be about a $15 profit. I love selling napkins. I know I'm crazy. I love my vintage linens. If you watch me, you know that. I do have a video on just napkins with a research video, because some of the prices that napkins can go for will absolutely blow your mind. Mixed in with the majority of the fast sales are going to be some that take longer. They are not all fast. Some of them are going to take a while. This one took a little bit over a year. It is an African woven coil. This is a flat basket, 14 inches diameter. I put African twice, so I am kind of wasting my keyword space there. So $29.74. I got an online auction lot for $5, so close to an $18 profit. And again, over a year. Baskets are another thing that I absolutely love. And I love finding estate lots of them where I can get them for $5 or less. This is another fast sale in 2 months. The Knights of Pythias vintage fraternal enamel medallion or watch fob. I have no clue what the Knights of Pythias are. And the nice thing about this is you don't need to know. You just need to identify it. And the person who knows what it is will buy it. So this was in a costume lot. I only paid $2 for it. So this one is going to be about a $21 profit in 2 months. Not too bad. So this was just thrown in a costume lot. This is why I research every single item. And some of them will catch you off guard. Just like this one did me. You can see my main picture is showing it up close. I think that's really important. I didn't show the ribbon in the first picture because I wanted them to be able to see the medallion better. I got a big lot of vintage lunchboxes back in February from an online estate auction. I paid about $5 for this one, and it took 9 months to sell. So not overly fast on the sale, but the majority of them sold before that. So this is close to a $30 profit. I want you to pay close attention to the condition of this one and just know not to pass them up because of condition. So this one had a significant amount of rust and wear to it. And you do have to discount for the wear compared to if somebody has one of these in excellent condition, but they still sell. And I did have the thermos, which definitely helped, I believe. A longer term sale, but a good profit at $30. This kind of blew my mind, and I know some of the brands, but it's so plain. This is a vintage Burberry's pure silk. It's a black pocket scarf. I know it looks gray. That is just our lighting. This one sold for $50, and I actually got it for just a couple of dollars. So this one is a $38 profit. It was listed back in March, so it did take 9 months to sell. And you can see here it is 14.5 inches. So watch for those names that you know that are higher quality, like Burberry's, because even if they're plain, they still can fetch a good price. So do not make the mistake that a lot of people make, and that's thinking that particular brands are always going to sell and sell fast. This is a pair of North Face women's Vective Hypnum hiking or running shoes. I actually bought these for myself. I did not like the way they fit. They are size 7.5. I wore them once. I did put that in the condition notes. It took 2 years for these things to sell. I actually bought these when I was out in Las Vegas a couple of years ago. I got them at the outlet sale. I think I only paid $20 to $25. So these are about a break even, but they were sitting in my closet. They weren't comfortable. And honestly, they probably would have fit well now because I lost a lot of weight. And I think my feet were just too fat for these shoes. But I really wanted to show them to you because I know a lot of people tend to think like, oh, the North Face is a great brand. It's going to sell fast. And that is not always the case. These took 2 years and a 60% off sale to go. I have one more of this horse head necklace if you happen to like it. It is a costume necklace. We sold one for $29.74 on our sale. We have one left. I paid $5 for this, so about a $19 profit. And it took about 4 months to sell. Not too bad. And I got a bunch of equestrian jewelry. I pick up horse stuff, I pick up dog stuff. Any animal stuff tends to do pretty well for me. This is another one that took 2 years. This is a red velvet pillow. I love pillows. I would pick this dang thing up again. I love it. It is a velvet Christmas pillow. Sold for $35.68. I only paid $1 though. So, I mean, I didn't pay much, but pillows do take up a bunch of space. That's the only downside to that. I have discussed a couple times maybe taking the covers off. I have not started doing that, but I am considering it. So this one was a $28 profit, but it took 2 years. So if you don't have a lot of space, vintage unnamed pillows are probably something you will want to stay away from. I love finding stained glass, and this one only took 3 months to sell. It is a blue diamond with the prism in the middle, sold for 25. I only paid $2 for it at the thrift store though. So this one is a $17 profit. I don't think 3 months is bad, and this is small. And I put it as an ornament. I also put Suncatcher in the title, and just a really pretty kind of three-dimensional diamond stained glass piece. We are almost sold out of Simpsons stuff, so definitely watch for it. Ours was all new old stock. I paid $5, so this one is actually only about a $7 profit, but most of them have been selling for $40 to $60. So got it in an online estate auction. Took less than a month, pretty darn fast. And I think we only have 2 Simpsons pieces left out of like 15. So definitely in demand. Keep your eye out for Simpsons, especially if they are new in the box. This little Swarovski Dachshund sold in under a week. It is a 2-inch puppy dog, sold for $33.99. I got it in a lot for $5, so about a $22 profit, very fast. So you are seeing, I like to think, the results of me learning more and having better discipline in sourcing, and we are getting a lot more fast sales. Speaking of fast sales, would you have thought this pillow would sell in under a month? I had my doubts, but I really liked it and I comped it, and I got it at a thrift store for $1. So this is an antique boudoir vintage Victorian lace pillow. I did put 9-inch throw-in chair, sold for $33.99, $25 profit in a month. So pillows are really hit or miss, because this pillow could have taken 2 years like the last one, but it didn't. It sold in just a month. Very, very fast sale on these vintage Christmas ornaments. I sold the 2 boxes for $33.99. The reason I put these together is they did not hit my $25 mark. They only sold for about $20 per box. So $33.99 out of $5. These are a $22 profit. And I think it was about a week or two. These sold very, very fast. What I did was look through my unlisted inventory, and I was like, I need to get all this Christmas stuff listed now. Try and take advantage of those Q4 Christmas shoppers. We list Christmas year round. I just wanted to have a little bit better chance of selling them fast. And with these, it definitely worked. These coasters took 9 months to sell, but it's 2 coasters and they sold for $21. They are light green square recycled glass coasters, 4-inch, and I got them at the thrift store for $1. So these are a $16 profit. Again, took 8 months, but they're flat, they're coasters, they don't take up a ton of space. I bought these hoping they would glow. I didn't bring my black light with me, and I will put a link up for you guys. Don't go out without your black light. That's one of my tips for this video, because I bought them because I thought they would glow and they did not. But I still got $21 for them, so I am happy with the sale. Some more fast stuff. These Hallmark Greetings lighthouse ornaments. These are Ornament Magic series. They sold for $29.74 in a month. I am $3 into these, so $19 profit. And you can see these are all flashing light ones. And so I lotted them up. When I lot my Hallmark ornaments up, unless it's a really big lot, say 15 or 20, I try and make sure they're the same genre or very similar so that a buyer would want to get all of them. These earrings took 6 months to sell, so a little bit longer. They're really cool earrings. They are vintage garnet and peridot, and they're definitely abstract and kind of modern. Sold for $42.49. I paid $5 for these, so they're a $28 profit. And I'm okay with my jewelry taking a while to sell. I have no problem with that, because jewelry really does not take up any space at all. Another item, I still have one left of. So if you like this Disney shirt, I still have one available in XXL. So this one sold for $28.89. I picked up, I think, 2 plus one other thing for $20. They had it all wrapped together at the thrift store. So I'm about $7 into this one. So it's a $16 profit. And again, I have one left. They are brand new XXLs. They were originally $24, so I actually got a little bit more, but these are vintage from 1996. This little Stipe parrot, sold for a best offer of $49, and it sold in 6 months. If you do not know ends.If, pay attention and remember the name. So $49. This is a small little bird. You can see it says vintage ends.If parakeet. I got this from an online auction lot. I did pay $10 for this one, but it is still a $32 profit. So watch for ends.If. The animals do well, and you're going to see I actually sold 2 of these to the same buyer. This one was listed for 4 months. It's another ends.If parakeet. It's a different one. It's not the same as the last one. The same buyer bought it for that $49. And I got these from different auctions. And how I came across 2 ends.If parrots, or parakeets so close together, I really do not know. It's weird how those things happen. This one did have a few more condition issues, still sold, and is still a $30 profit. Next up are some Jambu shoes. If you don't know the name, if you find Jambu cheap, I would definitely look at it. So these are women's 7 wide. Got these in an online auction lot. I love finding lots of shoes that have good brands. So I'm only $2 into these. So they're a $15 profit, and they sold in just 2 weeks. And we did put there as a mark on one of the shoes, and I'm trying to see. I don't think we photographed. Oh, here it is. So there's like a scuff on the top of that one, but these actually look like they're almost brand new, maybe worn a couple of times. So definitely remember Jambu. And these feet, I'll mark these feet up for you guys too. These feet are really low cost, and they definitely help to display sandals, as you see here. This little micro mosaic pill box, I paid $10 for in an online estate auction, sold for $42.49. It is a $26 profit in 3 months. So not horrible, kind of mid-range. I'm happy with 3 and 6 months when I have this stuff that's been here years, right? 3 and 6 months seems like nothing to me. I know if you're new, it's really hard to be patient because you want stuff to sell, but sometimes it does take a little while. Just be aware of that. And then sometimes it will sell in a week or two, like this vintage Disney. This is a sterling silver gold vermeil Disney charmer pendant, sold for $29.74. I paid $5 for this one, so another $19 profit. Super tiny, listed only, I think, a week and a half. You can see, and half an inch, only a little bit over a gram. And yeah, very, very fast sale. Watch for Disney, especially sterling silver pieces. Last up, this one took a year to sell, and I was really surprised, to be honest. This is a Spode Christmas tree cheese board bamboo serving tray or platter. It was new in the box, and it took a year to sell. Sometimes it happens. Watch for the Spode Christmas tree stuff though, because overall those dishes do typically perform well. This one I paid $10 for in a big Spode lot. All the other stuff sold really fast. This one just took a while. So this one is a $25 profit. And here you can see, I want to show you, if you look up close, let me show you. Well, first of all, it was $80. So they got it 50% off. But on the Spode Christmas tree here, you know it's Spode because Spode has Santa on the top of the tree, if you see it right there. So there are a lot of pieces that are similar to Spode, but you need to watch for that Santa on the top of the tree. All right, my friends, that was everything. I am very pleased with how our business is doing. I am being more disciplined. It's hard. I have to tell myself, no, you may not buy that. And it's hard. It's hard. I want to know how many of you have your Christmas tree up. I do not. Hopefully we'll get it here in a couple of days and get it up. Tyler has started putting up the Christmas decorations in the yard. We have some blow molds that haven't sold. I think we're going to use them until they sell. I did sell one blow mold over on Poshmark this week. I forgot to show that one to you, but let me know. Is your Christmas tree up? Is your house decorated? Are you a big decorator? Are you not? I am not so much. I collect like the Santas that are different themes. You can get it like Hobby Lobby and Michael's Crafts. I have like different Santas with like fishing, and I don't even remember what else, but I try and get one of those a year. And I think I have like 8 of them. I've missed a few years since I bought my house 12 years ago, but that is my thing. If you collect something Christmas, let me know. I really do appreciate you watching. I hope the rest of your week is absolutely wonderful, and I will see you on the next one.